What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's your boy Cris with my guy Clarence. It's Monday. Chiefs coming off of an L, but we're going to try to talk this thing out, vent this thing out, try to get over this loss today. Let's talk Chiefs.
Yeah, Arrowhead Chiefs. It's your girl, Miss Nicole. Queen of Hustle, baby. Started from the bottom, now we here. My homie at the start of his career. Let's go. Try to warn him early, hear the truth. Tune in every Sunday for the juice. Arrowhead Chiefs podcast, bringing all the news. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Cris out here repping for the crew. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's your boy Cris. We are tuned in to another episode of Arrowhead Chief Podcast. Coming off the L against the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to talk about everything. Until then, what's up, Clarence?
You already know what it is, dog.
And of course,
we know.
Of course, we got friend of the show. Our guy Ty from Sports Talk with T. What's up, Ty, man? How you feeling?
It could be better, but it could certainly be a lot worse. I think I'm feeling okay. After a good night of sleep, I'm feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we did this show last night.
I'm glad somebody felt better. Shit.
If we did this show last night, the emotions probably would have been a little bit different. But I got to sleep it off, you know what I'm saying? You know, after the game, went out to dinner with my lady, you know what I'm saying? She made me feel better. You know, it's all good. But let's talk about it, though. Chiefs lose 27-24 to the Cincinnati Bengals. Patrick Mahomes, he had a decent game, 16 for 27. 223 yards, a touchdown. He ran a touchdown in. Pacheco had 14 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown. MVS, Jared McKinnon had a touchdown too. But MVS and Travis Kelce were the only real viable receivers in this game. But if I could quantify this game, it's just the margin of error is slim in this league. And when you play good teams, man, you can't make gradual mistakes. You can't come out there and not put your best effort together. And the defense didn't show up yesterday. They got punked yesterday. I'm sorry to say it, Chiefs Kingdom, but it's the truth. They got punked yesterday. The front seven was non-existent at all. No pass rush. They didn't even scare Joe Burrows, not one bit. Like Chris Jones, Frank Clark Loftus. I know he got his second sack, but that sack didn't mean nothing to me. Like Carlos Dunlap, he was the only one making some significant plays. The secondary, I don't think the secondary was as bad as because it wasn't like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd was just making crazy plays on us. But Jamar Chase got a lot of hits on like short routes and stuff like that. But relatively, I thought the secondary was decent. Trent McDuffie, I thought played a great game. He was the only one in the second. I really thought he played a great game. They even took Chase off of him because he was doing so good against Chase. Because that one pass interference in the beginning where Juan Thornhill should have had a pick, but that ticky-tacky pass interference play, I thought that was weak. Like, but other than that, this game came down to the defense not showing up and on offense not taking advantage of situational football. When we had an opportunity to put the Bengals away, what happened? Travis Kelce fumbles the football and gave the Bengals new life. After they just gave us new life with Tyler Boyd dropping that touchdown. Like when you get an opportunity like that against good teams, you got to take advantage of that. And that comes from not turning over the football. And I love Travis Kelce, I do, but You got to know when you getting tackled that much, it's best to just go down. It's best to just go down on the ground. I get you trying to get extra yardage, just go down, man. Just go down. So that's my take on the game. What would you see, Ty?
Yeah, so I agree with a lot of what you said. The front seven did not get any pressure on Joe Burrow in this game, just like every other time we have played him. I'm a little bit disappointed in Chris Jones' effort yesterday. Not necessarily his effort, but his play. I mean, I thought this would be a game. Chris Jones, this is a chance to cement that he's the best defensive tackle in the league, and he did not show up. I don't even think he had any stats, maybe one tackle or something like that, but he was not even getting pressure. We weren't able to get pressure on Joe Burrow, and when you're not able to do that, he will dice you up all day. We've seen it happen yet again yesterday. Dice this defense up. The offense, they got to execute better, like you said, Chris. They got to execute better. When you have a chance to put them out, you put them out. And I've been frustrated with this offense a little bit this year because I feel like when the defense does get a stop, our offense goes out there and has a 3-and-out or they have a turnover. So definitely it's situational football. It's knowing the right time to take advantage of it. And they just didn't yesterday. They had the opportunity to go up 2 scores on this Bengals team in the second half, and it didn't happen. But I do think Trent McDuffie solidified himself as the number 1 corner on this team. I know L'Jarius Sneed is still here, but he's more of a slot guy. I think Trent McDuffie is a guy that when Jamar Chase gets moved out to the other side, you move him with him. I want to see Trent McDuffie on the next team's best receiver for 60 minutes. You can go ahead. What's up, Lennon?
Go ahead,
What's
Clarence.
up with it, Lennon? I mean, I don't. Okay. First of all, I wanna congratulate Cincinnati Bengals. I want to give a shout out to Zim, Ace Boogie over there with the Who They.
Eric.
Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals did what they were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And it was just bad play calling, like not finding the rhythm on offense. You can see a couple times when Pat's calling a play and everybody's not on the same page. They didn't have that rhythm yesterday. Drop balls. Pat trying to do too much sometimes. Trying to make a play out of nothing. Defense couldn't tackle, couldn't stop the run, couldn't get home, couldn't get sacks. Trent McDuffie did an outstanding job against Chase. That was a good sign to see yesterday, but I mean, it just got our ass kicked, man. Just cannot beat this team. You know what I mean? Three losses in one calendar year to the same damn team. You know, and for the fact that they fighting to win their division right now, they kick the Chiefs' ass. You know, and until we get over that hump, you know, it raises some doubt. You know what I'm saying? They 9-2, or 9-3 now, but you know, when you lose by 4 points to a Buffalo Bills team at Arrowhead, and you know you have another big marquee game like this on the schedule, and you can't get this dub, like just what type of team is this? You know what I'm saying? Can this team get to the Super Bowl? Can this team win the AFC? It raises those questions. So that's all I got, man. Just a good ass whooping.
And you bring up a good point, you know, with this team, you know, bringing up, you know, they lost the 2 big marquee games in similar fashion, you know, with the Buffalo game, 1 or 2 play. And we always say this about the Chiefs and their big games that they lost. 1 or 2 plays that go this way, we win the game, you know. You know, it's not like we're getting blown out or we're getting smoked in these games. Now, it may look like that with the way the defense was playing yesterday, and you look at the yardage, they had 400 some odd yards on us. If somebody just looked at that, they'd be like, "Well, dang, why this team only won by 3 points?" You know, because it probably could have been worse. It probably could have been worse. But at the end of the day, it's one of those we do have to take into account, and I'm not making no excuses. The Bengals beat us. But we do got to take in some account that we are playing with a lot of young moving parts. There's a lot of first and second year players out there who are that's their first year being against this team. Trent McDuffie don't know about what happened last year. Joshua Williams don't know about what happened last year. Brian Cook, George Karlaftis, they don't know about this last year.
But they was 9-2 going into this game. It was
Yeah,
9-2, dog.
They were. No, they were. I understand that. I'm not
Yeah.
pitching them no bell. They played horrible. You know, like I said, outside of Trent McDuffie, they played horrible yesterday. They did. I'm not making no excuse. The
Specifically
Bengals
the safeties.
yes, the safeties look bad. Juan Thornhill looked terrible. Justin Reed.
I mean, shit, it was the whole defense, dog.
It was,
like,
but
you can't get no pressure.
No, you can't.
You can't stop the run.
Nope. But I'm saying, Justin Reed, I don't want to hear your mouth no longer this year. He should be banned from all podium talk. All the PR. Every time a person come up to him, a presser come up to him and get an interview, they say, "No, Justin Reed is not taking no more. He can't take nothing. He's on timeout for running his mouth because he got pumped by what's his name, Samaje Perine.
Yep.
Stiff arm him.
Samaje Perine. Yep.
Stiffed arm, slammed him on the
Samaje
ground.
Perine. Yep.
Choke slammed him to the ground.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Yeah, it wasn't good yesterday. It wasn't good for the defense. They didn't come to play yesterday, and that's where my frustration. And I'm with you with Clarence on offense. There was some miscues, some drop passes. MVS dropped a touchdown in the back of the end zone. I think that was on the first drive, wasn't it?
Yep. That was
the first drive.
Second drive. Yeah.
Yeah, because
one of them damn drives.
Yeah, and it just I don't know. And the one thing that I did like was they did run the football.
Yep,
that was the difference in this game from last year. Last year, it was like they just was enamored with throwing the football. This year, But
the thing I learned about the Bengals is with all their weapons, the T. Higgins, the Chase, the Boyd, Mixon, whoever, they like to ball control that shit. You know what I'm saying? They like to burn clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They'll take that explosion, but it's run after the catch explosion.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of deep shots, and it's all just time consuming. That way, it allows them for that defensive coordinator to get into that look that he wants to get in against Pat, because Pat has to try to make shots down the field. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, hats off to them, man. They just got this dub, dog. They better than us. You know what I'm saying? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tough pill to swallow. You dig? But they are better. They are better until we can get them back. Yeah, they better, dog. They better.
Yeah.
No,
they got that mental edge.
It's a tough pill to swallow, dog. Damn,
no, they are better than us. I give it to them. They are better than us. Their playmakers. The difference in that game is their playmakers show up and ours did.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on defense. Henderson, he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Hubbard, he showed up.
The safety Bates.
Reader
he showed up.
Yep.
And on offense, when they needed something, T. Higgins showed up.
Yep.
Jamar Chase, I need a first down. He showed up.
Samaje Perine.
Say what you want about Samaje Perine. He's a decent running back.
He's been cold since Oklahoma, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was cold in Washington. So
Samaje Perine
can't knock Buddy.
And him and Mixon played together in college.
Mm-hmm.
Samaje Perine is their Jared McKinnon. That's who he is.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's who he is.
And Chris Evans. Yep.
Evans.
So
I'm impressed with their O-line. You know what I'm saying? for the struggles that O line was having earlier in the year, I think they did a damn good job yesterday protecting Joe. At least giving him enough time to find a lane to get out of there. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like I tip my hat to that O line. Like they were locked in yesterday, dog. And the one of the biggest things is the Chiefs have to learn that you can get away with playing the way that you play against a Raiders team or a Denver team, a lesser tier team, and may be able to skate by. But when you're playing one of the teams that are one of the top teams in the conference, you literally have to play mistake-free football for 4 quarters against those teams. Like you can't overcome those mental breakdowns or bad clock management or
Bad play
shit like
calling.
that and overcome it. Yeah, you can't. The margin is too small. That
Yep.
margin is entirely too
It's
damn small. Got to, man. I mean, damn, dog. That was a tough one. That
And I want to go back to what you said about the O-line, Clarence. They played a lot better, but one thing I noticed about Joe Burrow, that ball was getting out of his hands quick because the middle of the field was
absolutely.
left wide open all day.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
receivers.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of receivers that were just open in the middle of that field,
Yep.
wide
Yeah.
open. Like it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Damn, man.
So on the 3rd and 3 play, what are your guys' thought on that 3rd and 3 play? After with Mahomes, he was kind of under duress. Yeah,
We
Jerry
should have
McKinnon in
ran.
the flat.
We should have
Yeah,
ran the ball.
Jerry McKinnon in the flats was wide open.
Yep.
And he had a clear path because I think if he had just ran, like ran, he would have got away from that
Originally.
defensive end. He
Mm-hmm.
he would have got away from that defensive end instead of getting tripped up. So,
Mm-hmm.
what were your guys' thoughts when you saw that play?
Well, I thought they should have ran the ball. I'm gonna be 100% honest in that position because then you can make it 4-down territory to now. Okay, maybe you pick up 1 or 2 yards on that 3rd down. Now you got a 4th and short. You definitely got to go for it there. I felt like we were running the ball successfully. They ran the ball a good amount of times, but in situations, I thought they should have ran the ball and they didn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I
it all
agree with
comes down
that.
to what time. At times they got to learn to run the ball in certain times.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, and Mahomes, man, like I think he started getting. I think he started getting a little big play happy after he got that big playoff with MVS. I think he was looking for that deep shot when he was looking downfield. And had he just looked to his left, and he actually looked at McKinnon,
Mm-hmm.
he looked
Yeah.
at him quick and then
Mm-hmm.
started running.
Mm-hmm.
If he had
Yep.
just like
Yep.
saw that,
Yep.
because McKinnon is like right there, literally at the line of the
line.
first down. If you throw it to him, even if the defender
Yeah.
comes up,
Yeah.
boom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a first down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
think that as great as Mahomes is, and I'm not here to, we are very fortunate to have Patrick Mahomes, but sometimes situationally,
Mm-hmm.
I think Patrick Mahomes can get a little bit. I'm doing too much, like Clarence said in the beginning, trying to do too much in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know situationally, we trying to get a first down. Not everything has to be a long, big play, highlight reel, spin out of the pocket. Side on. We love it. Don't get it twisted. We love it when it works, but
Absolutely.
it don't.
Yep.
But you don't
Yep.
always
Yep.
have to do that. You don't always have to be
Yep.
hero ball where you got to
Yep.
throw an MVP highlight reel all the time. Like making a little 5-yard dump off, bro, to the first down, man. That's cool too. Like
Mm-hmm.
we gonna be sitting we gonna be standing up in our house doing this too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got the first down. We live another 4 downs. You know what I'm saying? So we got to kind of throw some onus on Patrick Mahomes too. Like if he situationally,
Absolutely.
if he hits McKinnon in the flats, who knows what happens? We might go down at the very least. If we can get down to the 30 or 20-yard line and give Harrison Buck here a better kick, an easier kick, we possibly going, maybe going to overtime.
QT.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we going to
Well,
overtime.
that's subjective. Like I honestly feel like on that one possession, like I kind of felt like Andy should have gave Pat the option to get that first down.
Well, I think,
And Shannon Sharp brought up a good point too. Like if you don't get the first, if Pat doesn't get it, the ball is right there. If you don't make the kick, you miss the kick. Ball's still right there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's gonna be right there regardless. You dig? Unless you convert it. So I'd rather let Pat get it. And I get, they had tried to go for a couple fourth downs throughout the game, and it was up and down, hit and miss on converting, but still, like you got to at least try it with Pat. You got to.
Well, I think they saw him limping off the field, and I think that's the reason why they didn't go for it on that fourth down. Like when they saw him limping, you know how which is kind of funny. Like when that touchdown run, the little dunk touchdown run, they let him do that, but they won't let him do a QB sneak. It's like he can do that, but he can't do a QB sneak.
Right. And man, that would have been if the Chiefs won this game.
Oh, that'd have been on the front page. Like this.
Yep.
Aaron Mahomes.
MVP, like that MVP moment. That would have been it.
They would have said Aaron Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like this. And it would have been a meme somewhere. Somebody would have showed them dunking on somebody in space, or you know how they do. But I think because he was limping off the field, I think that's why they didn't go for it on fourth round. I think what's his name saw that and was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna put him back out there." So
man, damn that.
I hear you. I hear you.
Like, hey, listen.
80% Patrick Mahomes is better than anything on that.
Absolutely.
On the field.
Absolutely.
He got the arm strength.
Absolutely.
He can flip that thing.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Little sidearm.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like even if they would have went I formation, Burton was open in the flat when they ran it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Burton's not one of those guys where they key in like that. You know what I'm saying? So you could have played play action and hit Burton right out there in the flat. You dig what I'm saying? Or go too tight end and have Noah Gray run a little quick hitch. You know what I'm saying? Or Jody Fortson come underneath on a drag. Yeah, or Juju. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different things.
He did that a couple times in the game. He got a couple key first down. So
and he was killing them on those whip routes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So why not give him that option on a whip route to convert that? You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a lot of different things that they could have went to convert this. And I think that there's just so many damn options and so many plays that sometimes the offensive coaching staff gets away from things. You know what I'm saying? And they forget to come back to these certain things that converted earlier in football games. Like it's
no, I hear you. And that's a good point that you bring up, Clarence, is that they have so many damn plays and that Andy Reid wants to dig into the toolbox too damn much. Is like, nah, man, go back to that play that worked with you. You know what I'm saying? Go back to that play that worked for you, man. And then we got to talk about this, man. And this is one of my biggest frustrations with Andy Reid. And I've voiced this frustration on past podcasts before I started going live. I hated in the red zone when we are a tight game when Andy Reid wants to do these trick plays.
Yeah.
Stop doing that shit. Please.
Yeah.
This wildcat shit that he is so enamored that there's this, ooh, look at this play that I drew up. That's fine if you up 35-17 and you want to throw some little trickery out there. Go at it, man. I don't mind. We up by 2-3 scores, man. You can do all that shit because if we fuck it up, at the worst, we get a field goal. You know what I'm saying? We're already whooping their ass. No, we are literally down in the football game. No. Now it's 3rd and 10. Like,
And why are you going to run a wildcat when you have Patrick Mahomes? You want him in the backfield if you are going to run the ball because you want them to think that you're going to throw the ball. You don't want when you as soon as Mahomes went out wide, everybody knew it was a run play.
They're doing it now.
Yep, we don't got to guard him. They're running the ball.
Darryl McKinnon.
It was a predictable play call.
And that's another thing. It'd be so predictable.
Yep.
Like, you going to do some trickery, trick them.
Just like that one play they used to run in the red zone a lot where they would have Kelsey like come on that screen pass and everybody started keying in on it. And it took them forever to finally stop running it.
I mean, it'd be one thing if you put Juju or Sky Moore out wide. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put Pat in the slot. Now that's a trick play.
Yeah.
Now it's like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
We got to watch out for that number 24 up there, number 9. And then you give it to McKinnon and then do some trick, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's like they trick plays do not be creative. As creative of a play caller as Andy Reid. Sometimes his creativity can be predictable. And it's like,
let's break it down. So I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris. My bad.
No, you good. I was done.
Okay, so Lucas was up yesterday, right?
Yep.
Okay, so at some point, especially when you playing on the road in a hostile environment that has the feel of a playoff game, you still have, despite the fact that you got a Patrick Mahomes and you got a Travis Kelce and you got all these weapons, you still gotta establish a line of scrimmage and dominate that damn line of scrimmage. So why not come out and say, okay, this is what's up today. We being physical. We're going to control the line of scrimmage. We're going to dominate the line of scrimmage. And we're going to run it straight down your fucking throat.
Yep.
And just pound them. Even if you don't convert that the fourth and goal or whatever the case may be, pound it down their damn throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, show some aggression. Be aggressive physically. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Let that offensive line establish the line of scrimmage. Like, for all of this pretty shit that the Chiefs can do and score and make it look so good, and Sports Center highlight clips and game day final, you know, everybody just kissing their ass about how pretty the shit looks. At some point, you got to just be able to drop your nuts and play aggressive football and run it down their damn throat. Let Isaiah Pacheco hit them in their mouth, man. You know, oh, you saw what Dallas did to the Colts last night. They was just running it down their damn throat.
Well, me some money.
You feel me? Like, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Your pockets got fatter because they ran down their damn throat. You see what I'm saying? Like, and they got CD and Dak over there. You feel me? Like high flyers, Michael Gallup. You know what I mean? Gallup. They got playmakers in Dallas.
Even Dalton Schultz is a playmaker.
Yeah, they got playmakers. But at the end of the day, they know how to line up and play big boy football. Sometimes that's what it calls for, dog. Big boy football.
And the one thing I can say,
all this cute shit.
And the one thing I can say, the two teams that we lost to, that was it. They played
big boy football. You dig what I'm saying? Like, man.
Because let's just be honest. Like, and even when we played the Titans, they just didn't have a quarterback to really convert. And Treylon, and I can say Treylon Burks probably would have made a little bit of a difference too.
Absolutely.
Those teams are the three. I would say those are the three teams that can play that big boy football that gives Kansas City the most problems.
Absolutely, because you're starting to see, you know, teams went out, and if they didn't go out and sign big name free agents on defense, they went out and they got guys in college that can play some damn good football on the defensive side of the ball. Yep. So what we about to see in the postseason, we're not finna see quarterbacks having career days in the postseason. Like, you're going to have to be able to run a damn football in the playoffs this year. You dig what I'm saying? Because you got nickelbacks that can play damn good coverage now. You know what I'm saying? You got linebackers that can run. So everything goes around in a circle. And we starting to see these defenses is catching up to these passing games.
Yep.
And you got to be able to run the damn football. You have to be able to run it. That's going to be the difference between winning and losing in the postseason. who can control the line of scrimmage and who can run the fucking football. And we did a great job of it yesterday, but it just wasn't enough, dog.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't
enough.
enough.
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough.
Situationally, it wasn't enough.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you see,
Because I thought
work.
Jerick McKinnon and them did a great job.
They was getting
They
7 yards a clip, both of them, him and Pacheco. Because they was playing those, they saw them light boxes, they was dropping the 8 in coverage. It was only like it was a linebacker and a see right in the middle of the field. So Pacheco had all day. McKinnon had all day to go up the middle. So if they had just kept doing that, and then I want to see more play action pass out of
Me too, out of it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hit him with that,
Absolutely.
and I guarantee you, receivers are going to be open in the middle of the field.
Yep.
Like sometimes I just believe, I don't know. Like sometimes Andy and them, they get
a little too cute.
They get cute. They get too finesse. It's just like these teams are just like whatever. And they just blow it right on up. You know, and it's like. I know that Andy, for somebody who said to have one of the hardest training camps ever, you know what I'm saying? Like he has one of the hardest training camps.
Yeah.
You've heard new players. Carlos Dunlap's been in the league forever. And he was like, this is the hardest training camp I've ever been to. So it's not like it's not in Andy to have tough boy mentality. He has a hard camp to make you mentally and physically tough for the season, because he knows
it's the play calling.
It's a long season, but sometimes he gets so play happy to where he does these trickery plays and he gets so deep into the trick. You don't have to do that, bro. Like you line that thing up. This is what you brought this offensive line to get bigger offensive linemen, so you can be tougher in the line of scrimmage and maul them.
Yep.
One thing I'll say about this. You go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say Trey, Creed, Tooney. That's what you brought him in for. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, one thing I was gonna say about this loss is I feel like after all these wins, we talk about the negatives, and I really feel like a lot of those negatives we have talked about really came to fruition today or yesterday. I mean.
And hopefully they learn from this. Hopefully, this is across the board: coaching, players. Because yesterday came down to we're tougher than you.
Yep.
On the defensive side of the ball, they just got pumped. If the defense shows up like they've been showing up, that game goes totally different.
Yep.
We get a little semblance of a pass rush. To make Burrow just get off his spot a little bit. When he got to throw it, he throwing balls off. He's not getting. And if the tackling is just a little better.
That's what I was going to say. Samaje Perine getting second effort yards, man. You can't give that up, dog.
I was telling Ty before we came on. I don't know how many times they got second and two. I mean, they was in 2nd and 2 all game.
Yep.
Because Perine, his second effort, he getting 6, 7, maybe 8 yards a game from the line of scrimmage. Like he's carrying dude.
That's what I was going to say. How is he finishing runs the way that he's finishing them consistently yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Like that right there was a big problem because, y'all know how I feel about Nick Bolton, dog. Y'all know how I feel about Willie.
We all feel that way.
And part of that could have been because the defensive line, you know what I'm saying, was letting offensive linemen get to the second level.
Yeah.
Safeties wasn't coming down enough to help. It's a combination, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had their fair share of their shit sandwich to eat on, but to let a back like Samaje Perine finish runs the way that he's finishing them, and then you look at the stat box and he's got 20 plus carries, you know what I'm saying? Like You cannot allow for this type of offense to get that type of production from their running game at home like that. You can't, dog. You just fucking can't. And you go tit for tat with it. So Samaje gets 20. Okay, then Pacheco needs 18, 19 carries on top of Jarek's 8, 9 carries. You know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all want to do, then that's what we gonna do. You got to go tit for tat with it. You can't say, well, we're going to put it back in Pat's hands. No, not this one. You win it the way that you have to win it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Pat don't need to throw for 250 yards every damn game, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns to win. That he don't need to do that every week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, I don't know if it's coaching, if it's Pat, if it's a combination, but that doesn't need to be the formula every week to win football games.
Yep.
It just don't. You know what I'm saying? It really don't. Because what if, hypothetically, they do have to go on the road in the playoffs to go to a Buffalo, or they have to go to back to the scene of the crime yesterday in Cincy? You know what I'm saying? What then? The best way to beat these teams is to be able to ball control, run the football, stay patient with your running game, dedicate.
Oh,
like Clarence went out.
He's in the Matrix.
Yeah, he is. The blender.
Yeah.
No, but to piggyback off of that, what Clarence, I think, was trying to say is, we got to run the football, man. Run it down their throats, man. And pretty much with Pat, like I said, take what the defense is giving you.
And make them adjust to the run game.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be a point of emphasis, man. Like, I would have liked to seen Ronald Jones get a few runs out there yesterday. You know?
I think he only played 3 snaps. Yeah, he only played 3 snaps.
The only time I saw Ronald Jones, he's sitting on the sideline like this. He looks sad as hell, like, man.
But these are the games that going back to getting Ronald Jones, these are the games I thought that you would use a Ronald Jones in because he's a powerful runner.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy you run in between the tackles. Not that Isaiah Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon didn't run great, but if you add that third element to it,
right?
You give Pacheco 20 carries, right. You give McKinnon 8, and then you give Rojo 5. Why can't we do that?
Even in goal line situations, third and short situations, you can get right to Rojo. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I agree with Clarence. Both of y'all saying is just that. It goes back to what we were saying, situational football, man. It's just knowing your personnel, knowing what you're up against, and the great coaches know that. Not to say that Andy Reid's not a great coach. You don't do what you do in this league, what he does in this league, and not be a great coach. But it's always before he got Patrick Mahomes, it was always a question of his situational football.
Yep. And his
clock management, just certain plays that he would call in certain instances, like going back to the whole trick play stuff. And it's just like, you don't have to do that no more. You don't have Alex Smith no more. So you don't have to do that no more. Like
Exactly, dog. Yep.
I got it.
Absolutely
I got it when you had Alex Smith because he had his limitations. So you had to kind of throw some trickery at him, get a couple first downs or something like that. But you don't have to send Patrick Mahomes out wide or have Travis Kelce on the snap. And he's, you got too great of a quarterback to do all that.
Yeah,
he's a threat by himself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Then you're taking the ball out of his hands when you do that.
The only time I want you to take the ball is when he's handing it off to the running back.
Yep.
So it's just
it's
like I said, man. It comes down situational football. And the margin of error in this league is slim, especially when you're playing the top of the teams, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Buffalo Bills. You can't make costly mistakes. And because because like I said, we win this game. The highlight everybody's talking about is the Tyler Boyd drop.
Yep. And the
That's
Mahomes, Aaron Mahomes.
That's what they be talking about. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
how the slam they would have been talking about if Tyler Boyd would have caught that pass, he would have won the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. This is the biggest thing that concerns me, man. You know, again, you lose to a Buffalo team, you lose to a Cincy team. What does that say for this team this year? Like, I really think we really need to be concerned with, can this team get to Arizona? You know what I'm saying? Like, because against the top teams in the conference, we have not won those games.
Yep.
You know, we barely beat Tennessee. We barely beat Tennessee, dog.
And they didn't have Tannehill out there.
And they didn't have Tannehill. You know what I'm saying? We barely beat them, and Pat threw 68 times or whatever the case may be. But against the other two top teams in the conference, we lost to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to beat at least one of these teams, especially this time of year. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go into Cincy. Yeah, you don't go into Cincy again this year, this late in the year, and have the mental errors that you had and the bad clock management and the bad tackling. Like,
the bad play
this is all shit that you don't want to see this time of year. Yes, you don't want to see this time of year. You know what I'm saying? When you fighting for home field throughout, and you look at the landscape, and this entire playoff bracket as it stands right now is a bitch. You feel me? Like, you talking about Jets and Dolphins and all these teams, and ain't none of them teams afraid of the damn Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? They'll scheme that shit up and beat us. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta get better, man. We gotta get better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
This wasn't a humbling experience, dog. I don't know what else would.
Yeah. Oh, this definitely got to humble. They definitely got to see. Look at the film.
Yep.
Especially on defense, on both sides of the ball. They look at the film, and man, I'm cutting, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing. I'm watching. I'm like the dude. What's his name? M30, whatever his name is. Look at you, Davis. Look at you. You're scared. This is down my leg. The moment's too big.
I'm gonna just let him run right by me.
I'm thinking. These guys better than me. You know you're gonna do it.
You know,
but your mama wouldn't do it. Boom.
That Jamar Chase screen pass on 3rd and 8.
Now you land on his back like your mama.
Straight up, man.
For real though, I mean, they look soft. If you look at the film review,
it's gotta happen.
You can tell this team looked soft yesterday. I mean, that's just what it is. They look soft.
And a lot of times, those are the teams that beat us when we look soft.
Yeah.
When they bully us and play bully ball and beat us up, and run over us and push us around and push the offensive line around, that's when we lose. And it's not like we haven't seen this team bring it to other teams. We've seen it. We've seen this offensive line throwing dudes around.
San Fran game.
Thank you.
Tampa Bay.
We've seen our running backs and guys mauling dudes and running dudes over. We've seen our linebackers put hits on dudes, and our defensive linemen go out there playing physical, hitting the running back behind the line of scrimmage, destroying defensive lines. We've seen it this season.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep.
So it's not like it's not in them. It'd be one thing if we never seen it. If this was what we saw all season, our team was all finesse and we just getting by over a few plays and hit. No, this team has it in them to be physical, just like Cincinnati, just like a Buffalo,
just like a Tennessee,
just like a Tennessee. Because I can argue in that second half, we was just as physical on defense. So it's just putting it all together for 60 minutes, man.
Yep.
From start to finish.
It is. And
So,
I have a little bit of a rant on Steve Spagnuolo.
Mm-hmm.
We do not trade up and draft the cornerback in the first round of the draft for you to be scared to let him travel on the next team's best receiver. We're not. Why is Joshua Williams lined up with Jamar Chase? Not that I'm not saying Joshua Williams played a bad game, but Jamar Chase, he's going to get it on Joshua Williams. T. Higgins, he's going to get him on Joshua Williams.
yeah, as bad as the defense played, I got to show Trent McDuffie love. That's the one of the true silver linings in pass coverage. I know one of the guys came in here earlier and said, "Where's the coverage guy?" Trent McDuffie was the coverage guy.
Yep.
Other than that ticky-tacky, weak pass interference call where Juan Thornhill...
We never get that call.
Right.
Juan Thornhill should have got a pick, and that probably would have changed the complexity of the game too right there. But, dude, I thought he played a good game.
Me too.
He did. He did. He played a damn good game.
And you saw even those catches. One thing I learned about Trent McDuffie, me and Ty was talking about it. He knows how to play that sideline. He knows how to use that sideline as a defender. That's the workings of a good corner. Yeah, you caught the ball, but I'm gonna push you out. I'm gonna flatten you out to the sideline. So when you catch that ball, you catching it out of bounds. You can have those catches all day. Even that T. Higgins catching the end zone. He flattened them out and made them. And he stepped out. Some people was trying to make it seem like he caught that in the end zone. No, he didn't
catch that ball.
His right foot was out of bounds.
Yep.
And that's what I like about Trent. And that's the difference between Trent McDuffie and Joshua Williams is that Trent just brings a different type of swag and confidence. You can see it when he plays. Joshua Williams, you can still he's still learning because he's coming from a HBCU.
Yep.
Now he's in the league.
Right.
Now he's guarding Jamar Chase.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was playing some dude named Jamal Gardner, man. He playing Jamar Chase.
What happened to Jalen Watson? Why isn't he getting snaps out here?
I guess they saying that Joshua Williams has passed him up.
Right. I think, when you look at what the Bengals was rolling out there, you know what I'm saying? It was their big three, Boyd, Higgins, and Chase. You know what I'm saying? So our big three versus their big three. Snead, Williams, and Trent.
And Snead didn't play a bad game to me.
No.
Either. He didn't play a bad game.
No.
He was just put in bad positions.
I say, in my humble opinion, I think the secondary did a really decent job against them because it wasn't so much the big plays downfield by Joe Burrow and this wide receiving core as it was just not being able to get sacks and second effort on runs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those two things, if those two things were different, you know what I'm saying? That changes the complexity a lot because we had Joe Burrow in a lot of compromising situations to get sacks, and he's getting out the back door on those. You know what I'm saying? And again, with Samaje getting those second efforts, where we have them in a second and long situation, they give him the ball and he converts it or makes it third and short. You know what I mean? Or it's third and long and they convert it for a first down on a run. You know what I'm saying? It was just those that was just killing us yesterday, dog. I mean, just over and over again, just killing us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, everybody thought that Jamar was going to have, 100-plus yards receiving like he did the first time we played him. And Trent shut a lot of that shit down. You know what I'm saying? And T. Like, what was it? So Jamar had 7 catches for 97?
Yeah,
did anybody on that receiving core go over 100? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
I don't think they gave up 100 yards. You feel me? So, I mean, again, that's testament to these DBs of being able to hold their own. It was, in my opinion, like I said, it was not being able to get Joe Burrow on the ground and giving up fucking run back to back to back
and
to a
here's a
guy
stat.
like Samaje Perine, bro.
This is how
Damn,
good.
man.
This is how good Trent McDuffie did against Jamar Chase. 3 targets, 1 catch allowed, 8 yards, a 42.2 passer rating.
Why couldn't he travel?
I mean that's excellent. Sorry.
I'll take that any day against a top tier receiver like that.
Yeah,
like you could take that kid. That kid is going to be a star.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, so definitely yeah, man. It's
And did you see the play where they showed where Joe Burrow threw to a double teamed T. Higgins versus a one-on-one Jamar Chase deep down the field? He didn't even look McDuffie's way on that last one. He's like, nope.
He looked for Williams. Looked for Williams. That was on he caught that pass on Williams. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, you got to. This is the bad part of playing with young players, especially when you're playing with a young player who, like I said, is coming from an HBCU, is now playing in the league. And yes, he's played in a few games now, so he's getting that game experience, but he's still a young guy, and so he's learning on the job. He really is. He was a 4th-round pick for a reason. It was going to take some time. It was going to take some development.
And he has the tools.
He has all the tools. Like next year, I expect him. He's going to be way, way better than what he is this year.
Yep.
There's just certain nuances. There's certain nuances in his game that he just has to learn. And that's what he's getting. He's getting experience. He's learning on the job that these great receivers don't give up.
Yep.
You can lock them down. You think you got them locked down, and then they put a move on you. Because one of them
Jamar Chase gets away with a lot of push-offs.
Oh man, we're not gonna talk about that. That man pushes off. That one catch he had on Williams, he pushed off.
Yeah, he did.
He pushed him out of the way, and then he got caught on the one with McDuffie. That was blatant.
Yeah, that was obvious.
He was like,
oh yeah.
They was like, nah, we can't give you that one.
Yeah.
So I got a question. I got one thing to bring up to you about the roughing the passer. I'm not one that blames refs. I don't think that really affected the outcome of the game that much, but I still think it was a terrible call.
Bro, that was egregious.
Yep.
I was mad at Starworth at first, but then when I watched it, I said, yeah. Because you got to know intent. Like, to me, that roughing the passer thing should be intent. Like, if you see the defensive end or defensive lineman, like, pick up the quarterback and he body slams him like he in a match, then that's different.
Like it's some UFC.
Survivor Series, you know what I'm saying?
He picking them up.
Survivor Series out there. Yeah.
Power bombing, slamming him to the ground. And that should be flagged. But if the dude is doing a clean tackle to the ground, you want the defensive tackle to be like, huh, and then let him go?
Just hold him. Let him go, I guess.
Right. Do a mid gator roll so the quarterback so you don't fall out. I mean, it's just some bullshit, man. Because, I mean, again, yesterday, there was some questionable shots that Pat took too. You know what I'm saying?
There was one,
like it always is every damn week.
That one
every week.
The one where he threw it to MVS. The second one he threw to MVS and MVS caught it down the field. The defensive, I think it was Hendrickson.
It was the same exact thing.
Hendrickson pushed him in his face, like wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, where the flag at, ref? Man, they must be great to be able to get those type of calls, man.
Right. Yep.
Certain quarterbacks get more calls than others.
Because they always complaining, the Chiefs get all the calls. No, the hell we don't.
No, they do not.
Yeah.
Not at home, not on the road. No.
No, hell, we don't.
No.
We don't get that
No.
pass interference call, and we don't get that
Absolutely not.
You know how many times
Hell no.
Travis Kelce be getting mauled sometimes.
Mhm.
Whole
Mhm.
jersey like
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
Yeah, he'd be like this.
Mhm. Mhm. For real.
And they be
For
like,
real.
nah, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing.
What? What you talking about? And why didn't the broadcast show that one penalty, which was hands to the face, which Tony Romo originally said he thought was going to be on Jamar Chase? I never seen the replay of that call.
Oh, you know they wasn't gonna show that replay, man. You know they wasn't gonna show
I
that.
feel like that was
Tony
another.
Romo was getting on my damn nerves yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
And I was in the spaces this morning, the little Bengals
He was
spaces,
on
and
my
they talking.
nerves yesterday.
I was in the Bengals space, and they talking about, oh, Tony Romo, he's sucking off Mahomes. No, hell, he wasn't. All I heard was about Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Lou Anarumo.
That's all I heard about.
Yep. For real. Yep.
I heard him screaming.
Nah, Tony Romo was on my nerves yesterday.
Me too.
I told you I don't like Tony Romo.
Me neither. I'm done with him. I got a
He
nickname
all right,
for him,
man,
but I
but
won't say it on the show.
Everybody loves him because he can call the play before. That's cute and all. But I hate him because he always somebody have a big catch. I don't know. It might have been a holding.
Like on that Mahomes.
I don't know, Jim.
He might have pushed off a little bit.
That Mahomes touchdown. I don't know. The ball might be coming out. We gotta take a look at it. Like, shut up, dude.
Oh no, he might have. I don't know. There might not have been a touchdown. He might have fumbled.
Yeah.
Shut up, Romo. Like, God, shut up.
I hope Jerry Jones can find a job for him because I'm sick of seeing his ass on CBS.
Give me Greg Olsen.
Hey, Romo is not leaving that CBS money.
No, yeah.
Nah, he's making way
unless Tom retires. Now, if Tom retires, Tom may bump him at CBS. You know what I'm saying? Or Sean McVay too. Sean McVay was up for a job too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, Sean McVay's going to be the heir apparent to Andy Reid, so you know, ain't worry about that.
Yeah.
Plot twist. Sorry, Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
He said,
it's not gonna happen.
You know?
All right. Now that we've talked to the down,
I don't think Sean McVay's offense will work here.
You don't think so?
Yeah, speak for yourself. No, I don't think his offense will translate in Kansas City. I don't think so.
It is a very different scheme from what it
is a different scheme. Yeah. But now that we've got all our frustrations out on this game, it's all about the bounce back and the silver lining. And you know what the silver lining is? This goddamn schedule that we got coming up, man. Do you see this shit? We got the Broncos. We got the Texans. They both of them teams is planning their vacation already.
Yep.
Together.
They're going to Cancun.
Now, the Seahawks, they might pose a little threat to, you know what I'm saying?
I think they could.
But I think we win that game. And then we got the Broncos again.
Where's the Seahawks game at?
Where's it
I
at?
think it's here.
Is that in Seattle?
No, it's in Kansas City.
Okay.
That's in Kansas City. The next two games we're on the road for the next two, Broncos and Texans, and then we're at home. Seahawks,
Christmas Eve.
Seahawks, Broncos, and then we're on the road again against the Raiders. Which now that game probably is gonna that Raider game is gonna probably count for something, especially for the number one.
Yeah, they playing good football. Yeah.
And
they playing some good football right now.
They're on a winning streak right now.
So.
Yep.
They could backdoor into the playoffs, fella people.
Absolutely.
They just
playing some good football right now.
Yeah, they just beat the Chargers yesterday, and they feeling good.
Yep.
Adams is getting cooking. Josh Jacobs is cooking.
Absolutely. Yep.
Derek Carr's looking a little bit more like last year. Yeah,
Chandler Jones showed up yesterday.
That's the first time I
They
heard
play
his
some good
name damn
football.
near all year.
He showed up yesterday. He got tired of Clarence
Who?
talking bad about him. Chandler Jones.
Who showed up? Oh yeah.
He got tired of you talking about him, Clarence.
But he always
Hey
shows up
man,
one
hey
game.
man,
He said, "I'm gonna show you."
hey
Y'all must have
man.
forgot.
He better do it more consistently.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He better hurry up for his brother come back because his brother's supposed to be fighting sometime after the first of the year. So he better get his shit together before his brother come back and steal all that Jones glory again.
Is his
Telling you,
brother still
dog,
good?
Chandler ain't worth. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. He's supposed to
we'll
be
see.
fighting Stipe. Yeah, he's moving up to heavyweight to fight Stipe.
That'd be interesting.
Yes,
I didn't know
it's
that
gonna
was
be
his brother. I'll
interesting.
be 100% honest. I learned something new today.
Yeah.
What? You didn't know that?
I didn't know that this whole time.
Ty, how dare you?
Yeah, that's his brother.
They got
Oh, man.
Arthur Jones won a Super Bowl with
Yeah.
the Ravens.
Yeah, he had another. They got an
Got
older.
Chandler.
They got an older
Then you
brother.
got then you got John. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
You gotta be a proud parent, man. Look at all my kids. My
You
gene.
know what I'm saying?
Two
You
in
know
the
what I'm
league.
saying?
2 in the league, and one of the top MMA fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Even with his past transgressions and stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. But yo, like y'all was saying about this stretch, like I get where y'all coming from about it being, putting them in a position to take care of the things that they need to take care of, but I still got concerns, you know what I mean, from
Of
the
course,
standpoint we just haven't won no big games against
Yep.
top teams, dog. You know what I'm saying?
And I hear
I
you.
mean, you think about okay, so let me ask y'all this. Let me ask you this. If the Dolphins came to Kansas City in the postseason, would you be concerned?
No.
I would be.
No.
No?
No.
You wouldn't be worried about the Dolphins coming to Kansas City? What about the Jets can't score enough?
You know why I'm not concerned? You know why I'm not concerned? Because I'm not scared of Tua. I'm not scared of Tua. I'm sorry. He's having a good season. I'm not scared of Tua. Joe Burrows, I'm scared of Joe Burrows because Joe Burrows is a very good quarterback. Josh Allen, I'm scared of Josh Allen because he's a good quarterback. I'm not scared of Tua. I'm sorry.
I would be worried about it because I'm scared that they'll get that run game cooking with Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert, and next thing you know, they're hitting these deep shots to Tyreek. And
I hear all that, and you very well might be right. They got to show me. I'm sorry. Tua got to show me. He got to beat Mahomes in Arrowhead. Nah, nope. I'm not buying that.
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean,
but see, I think I think with the Dolphins, I think one of the biggest things is the same thing that we was benefiting from with Reek, which was the jet. You know what I'm saying? Those jet sweeps. You know what I mean? They got a decent running game, and they can play some really good defense. So,
yep.
I mean, it's all of these different components that I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm not saying. Do I think that they can beat the Dolphins? Absolutely. I think they can beat the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? They showed it, what was that, 2 or 3 years ago when they went to South Beach and beat them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just that postseason raises that level of competition just that much more. And we haven't seen this team play their best football against a top-tier team. Because now you go back and you look at that Bucs game. Well, Tampa is down this year. You know what I mean? Like,
you look at the Arizona
they barely
game.
fighting to win the South. You look at the Cardinals game. You know what I'm saying? They not a good football team. So which teams have they beaten that were a legitimate threat?
Well, before
so
yesterday,
far to this day.
Before yesterday when Jimmy G went down, we beat
it was the 49ers. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Niners. Okay, yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. The Titans. Okay, they beat the Titans with Tannehill
But
being
they had
out.
Willis
You feel me?
in and
Like,
no Burks.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean,
like I
I don't
said,
know.
I'm scared of the ones. I'm scared of, and I don't want to say I'm scared. I'm concerned for the teams that beat us. Those are the teams that beat us. Those are the ones that concern me
Mm-hmm.
because of their quarterback
Mm-hmm.
can elevate their play when it's time to get tough.
Absolutely,
That's true. I mean,
absolutely,
The Joe
absolutely.
Burrows and the Josh Allens can go get it when they need to go get it. When it's a minute and 40
Absolutely.
something seconds left,
Absolutely.
I'm concerned about our defense. Can we get a
Mm-hmm.
stop when we
Mm-hmm.
need to get a stop? That's my major
Absolutely.
concern. I'm not worried about
Absolutely.
this offense. I think
Absolutely.
the offense is going to be fine.
Yeah.
And at the
yeah,
end of the
Yeah.
day, let's not act like, with all the miscues we've had and the rhythm, they still moved the ball down the
Mm-hmm.
field. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like they
They
was
do.
like getting stopped.
it wasn't
Yeah.
just 3 and outs all
Yeah.
day. I think they only
Yeah.
had 1 3 and out.
Yeah, it
So
was 1-3 and
Yeah.
out. One
Yeah.
punt. So it's not like
Yeah.
even in the Buffalo game, it wasn't like they weren't marching
Mm-hmm.
down the field and doing
Mm-hmm.
what they want. So the offense,
Mm-hmm.
that's the
Mm-hmm.
least of my concerns. That
Mm-hmm.
because when it's time for the playoffs, they rev up.
Mm-hmm.
They know what the time it
Mm-hmm.
is. It's this defense that's got to get there.
yep.
And in the postseason, the performance that they had yesterday, I don't care if we the second seed, the first seed, the third seed, we getting bounced.
The Jets would have a chance against that. I mean, that defense that was out there yesterday.
Mike White would
Yeah.
carve us up,
Yeah.
and Garrett Wilson and all them. You better trip.
I don't know. I don't know so much about Mike White because I think there's certain quarterbacks that would give up a turnover to Trent.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
Trent can
That-
bait certain corner or certain quarterbacks into making mistakes. Snead can also do that as well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Even a Tua,
yeah.
I don't think Tua could come into Arrowhead and not turn the football over. You know what I'm saying? It's maybe a handful, maybe two guys right now in my book
Joe and
that
Josh.
that can come into Arrowhead and not turn the football over. You dig what I'm saying? I think everybody else, because I mean, you basically asking a quarterback to come into Arrowhead, deal with the crowd noise, have to complete 7 to 10 passes on a drive, to get them in field goal range or to score a touchdown, and that's a heavy task to ask for one of these guys to come into Arrowhead and do that consistently for 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them cats can't do it. You know what I mean? It's just that explosiveness of Miami that gives me concern
Yeah,
to have to deal with the Dolphins. The Jets defense more so in a running game, maybe being able to work off that play action, with the Jets. But aside from that, it's Buffalo, it's Cincy. But I think Cincy plays Buffalo
week
still, right?
17.
They still
Yep.
they gotta play each other. So that one's gonna be a huge one.
Yeah, the
That
Bill.
one may decide who gets that number one.
Well, because I mean, hold on now, because the Bills still got the Jets again. They got to
They
play.
get them Sunday, right?
Yeah. Then they play the
Yeah.
Dolphins on Sunday night football or Saturday night football. Then they play they're gonna beat the Bears. Then they gotta play, like you said, the Bengals on Sunday night football. And then they play the Patriots the last game of the season. Cincinnati's schedule
They
ain't
got a
no
really
better.
tough one.
Right. Since he got it bad too. Yeah.
But the only
Because they
thing
close out against Baltimore this year.
Yep.
Because they got the Browns next week. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how Deshaun Watson looks after shaking out that rust. Because he shook out this game, he was shaking the rust off.
Yeah, he definitely was.
Yep.
Maybe this next game he gets, he looks a little bit better.
Absolutely.
I also think it was an
Absolutely,
emotional game for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he's in Houston.
He's in Houston. All that stuff happened. You got the owner's wife like turning her back to him when he went to shake his hand.
Oh yeah.
So you got that.
There's a lot there.
I mean, you got he got the Buccaneers, got the Patriots, the Bills, and the Ravens. So their schedule is not easy.
That's what Cincy has.
Compared to what we have. You know, both teams' schedule is way harder than what we have.
Right.
You know,
right,
on paper,
right,
on paper,
right,
we should be able to handle business and take care of these teams
right,
that we're playing.
right.
So
My biggest thing, you know, one other thing is, okay, so we lock up that home field throughout, you know, win one game, and then we right back in the AFC title game. I just don't want it to be fool's gold and them thinking, you know what I'm saying, we right back there, we skate, you know what I'm saying? Like I want them to understand or to remember what happened yesterday and
last year,
how it can happen again. Yeah, dog.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, yeah, I mean, because yesterday they were supposed to be locked in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
we heard it. You know what I'm saying? Trav circled this game. Pat circled it. Cris circled it. You know what I'm saying? They knew what they was getting themselves into yesterday, and for them not to be all the way locked in and all the way committed to getting this done and I'm not saying that I hate to say that, you know what I'm saying, because that kind of indicates like they didn't take it seriously.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? Since he was just a better team yesterday, but I don't know. It's still a lot of question marks, dog. That's all.
And look, say what you want. Yes, they lost to two good teams on their schedule. But use these games, and I know they're bad teams, but you still use these games to get right. Build some momentum going into
get some rhythm.
Get some rhythm, build that momentum back up.
Yep.
Because that's one thing we got to watch out for in this next game is how are they going to come in flat for Denver because they just played probably
like they did last year.
The game that they circled and they didn't win it.
Yep.
So these are where this is where the leadership comes in. This is where, you know what I'm saying, them being there before. This is a battle tested team. You know, other than some of the you got young rookies on this squad now. So the Patrick Mahomes, the Travis Kelce's, the Chris Jones, after him coming off of one of probably his worst game this season.
Yep.
Nick Bolton, all of them, they gotta come back.
Yep.
We still got.
You can't be on a roller coaster in the NFL.
Got to finish this thing out. Take care of business. Yes, you lost yesterday. It was a regular season game, though. We still can get the number one seed. So let's not let the big picture get out of frame because it don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What matters is we getting into Arizona. That's what matters.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
You learned your lesson. You saw what you know. You learned from Buffalo and you learned from Cincinnati, and you even learned from the Titans that the margin of error in this game is slim. And then it could be one play here and there. It could come down to 1-2 plays that can make you the difference between winning and losing this game. Because, like I said, it's one thing. It's one thing if we got smoked by Buffalo 35-17, and then turned around and went against Cincinnati and lost the same way 35-17. Then it's like, man, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a way more bigger problem. Like that's flirting with this team's a fraud.
Yep.
Right.
No, I don't think we're frauds. I just think that 1 or 2 plays here and there, and the ball bounces a different way.
Exactly.
What do you always say, Clarence? And I'm not trying to take away none of the wins from Buffalo or Cincinnati. They beat us. But a lot of times, teams beat us because what? We shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yep.
We shoot ourselves in the foot.
A lot of times.
And we always had to go back and look and be like, damn. If what's the name would have just caught that pass right there, if Patrick Mahomes
would have just thrown the ball away,
instead of trying to throw it in the triple
coverage
to make a play,
because it's true. I mean, with the exception to that Buffalo game from last year when they got blown out on Sunday night. Every other time it's always been the same. Like they beat themselves. Teams don't just kick their ass. I'll take that back. That Titans game from last year. That Titans game was another one where they just dog walked. But outside of that, the Colts game this year didn't make enough plays. Mental lapses. Travis dropped a touchdown. You feel me? Like the Buffalo game. And despite Buffalo's best efforts to try to play a sound football game, they just barely got that dub. Last night, another prime example. You know what I'm saying? You a fourth down away from possibly winning that football game. You know what I mean? A fourth down on the road, not playing your best ball, being without a
Oh, you sound okay.
Yeah, I think you cut out. But one thing I was going to say real quick is the thing that sucks about having this easy schedule is none of these games are going to make us feel any different about this team than how we feel today. Honestly, unless we go out there and we smoke these, we just roll right through all these teams like no problem. Nothing's going to make us feel any better than we do today.
Like I said, the silver lining is also it's not like we're not playing these teams tough. It's not like as great as Joe Burrow's played yesterday, he had to get every bit of that 286 yards. Like it wasn't like he was just cruising. Like we're losing by slim margins, man. We're not out here just getting smoked.
Yeah, we've lost 3 games, and I think it's a combined 10 points.
Yeah, something like that. So that's like I'm not too much worried as concerned as that. Like I said, I'd be more concerned if we was getting smoked by these teams.
Yeah,
then I'd be like, yeah, we're not Super Bowl contenders. We're gonna make it to the playoffs, but we're gonna lose to Cincinnati or Buffalo.
It'd be like Dallas last year when they were getting beat by all the contenders, getting smoked.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're right there. I think we need something to take us over the top. And I think those 2 pieces are Kadarius Toney and Mecole Hardman.
Yeah. It'll be like I said, and I'm not making no excuses. Everybody had injuries. They didn't have Joe Mixon yesterday. It could might have been a lot worse with Joe Mixon out there.
It could have been.
So, it's going to be interesting to see with the added element of Mecole, with the added element of a Kadarius Toney. Just that playmaking ability, and we talked about this, playmakers making plays.
Yep.
If Kadarius Toney could continue to show us what he showed us in the one game that he, the one really good game that he played when we played, what did he make that? When we played Jacksonville. If he could continue to make those plays, that's an added element that they have to worry about.
Yep.
That we can hit them with the element of surprise. Mecole Hardman in the red zone with the jet sweeps and stuff like that. We need that. We need every bit of one of that. And the creativity of Andy Reid using both of those players. I wanted to see more Sky Moore yesterday.
And the jet sweeps.
Jet sweep, not just the jet sweeps, third down conversions. Yep. Like he's been money.
Yeah.
Use him in his route running against these corners. Test these corners with him because his route running is impeccable. So, like, I want them, and sometimes it goes back to Andy Reid. Sometimes he goes into these games, and I'm not saying he didn't prepare hard and he didn't give his best plays. I'm sure he did. Sometimes he lays some stuff close to the vest because he's saving it for the playoffs.
Yep.
And I get it. You don't want to show teams too much. But, man, we got to win football games, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
You got to win football games, man.
Absolutely.
You're an NFL head coach, man. I don't expect you to open up the whole playbook on the game, but you come with your best. And it's just sometimes Juju yesterday, I just feel like they still had Juju on the pitch count. I understand he's coming back from a concussion.
Well, because Von Bell hit his ass all
Yeah,
janky and
yeah,
shit. You know
yeah,
what I'm
he did.
saying?
He did.
On that whole shit, bro.
And he should have got flagged on the Jerry McKinnon
Yeah, he should have got
Yeah.
flagged.
helmet to helmet
Hell
hit.
yeah. Hell
You never
yeah.
get those calls.
No.
So, but at the end of the day, man, like I said, this down the stretch schedule, this is their opportunity to bounce back. You're playing a Denver team that's not very good. Now, I'll be concerned if Russell Wilson is out here carving this defense up. Now, that's when I'm concerned.
Yeah.
If this offense scores anything upward of past 17, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, I was going
I'm
to
gonna
say
be mad.
17. Yeah, I was about to say 17 points.
Anything north of 17, and most of those are not, and they field goals.
Mm-hmm.
But if they like 27, 30 points, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now my level of concern is like through the roof. Like you let
Mhm.
that team score.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You let
Now
Russ
that-
cook?
Mm-hmm.
Now their defense is relatively
It is
actually
good.
still good. Their defense is actually good. It's not their defense; it's their offense that sucks. They score all of 9 points yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that team comes out and has a smoking session against this defense, we got some other concerns going on.
Yep.
So I expect them to handle business against Broncos. They better go to the Texans, make the Texans look like the Texans. I'm expecting smoking sessions on these next 2 weeks. Stress-free football. That's what I want to see.
We're going to find out.
Walk out with this dub, everybody healthy, then come home, the 2-game home game stretch, beat on the Seahawks. You know, there might be a little tight contested game in the beginning, but I expect them to pull away and win that game,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back on the road and beat the Raiders. Hey, hopefully we playing a party spoiler and kicking them out the playoffs. Because I want to laugh at the Raider fans when they think they have a chance.
Great.
And they right back on that couch.
Mm-hmm. We're going to find out, dog.
So,
We're going to find out.
It's definitely, like I said, these last, 5 games, they better handle business. My expectations is y'all better handle business. Y'all better not let this loss linger into y'all brains to where y'all carry it with you to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because y'all been here before.
Mm-hmm.
The Super Bowl year, we lost a couple games to big teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they went and even in the playoffs, they were down and came back and won. Both games, all 3 games. Actually.
Yep. I was about to say all 3. Yep.
So and then next year they went right back. So they got the pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
They know what to do. They've been there before. Patrick's been there before. Travis has been there. Chris Jones has been there. It's time to take it to the next level, fellas. Like, learn from these losses and correct them.
Yep.
That's my expectations for the Chiefs. Because it's not that you're not good enough to beat these teams. It's just y'all got to correct those mistakes.
Yep.
Better tackling. And tackling is, to me, is effort and want to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You got to want to do that. And if you getting ran over and you getting smoked like that on consistent basis, to me that lets me know you ain't come here to work.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're a professional football player on defense. Your main goal is what? Tackle. So Nick Bolton, as much as we give you praise, and I love you, brother. Willie Gay, you know I love you too, brother. But y'all gotta play better.
Yep.
Chris Jones, Frank Clark, George, this is a learning experience for you, brother. Y'all gotta play better.
Chris Jones can't say that he feels like, oh, I left some sacks on the field last year. I've had this game circled, and then go out there and literally get 0 QB pressure. 0.
Yeah. You gotta play better, man. Because these are the games where Brett Veach is gonna look at him and say, "You want a what? You want an extension?"
Mhm.
Let's look at your stat line in Cincinnati.
Let's look at the Buffalo stat line.
He played a little bit better in the Buffalo.
Yeah, he
game.
did.
He played.
He was
better
at
in the
least
Buffalo.
getting pressure.
Yeah, he was
Right.
actually wreaking havoc in the Buffalo
Right.
game. But he gonna look at it, and if he do it again in the playoffs against Cincinnati, he gonna be like, and that's gonna be the difference between us getting to the Super Bowl again. He gonna be,
Yeah.
how much you want?
Can't do it.
I don't know about that. You want Aaron Donald? Aaron Donald. Let me show you. Let me pull up Aaron Donald's double team rate. How much he wins? Now this is you, and this is him.
Yeah.
How much you want to give? I'm sure the Jets will give you that.
Bro, stop. They're not letting Chris Jones go. Stop.
I'm sure Detroit will give you that.
Stop.
He said, "I'm sure Detroit.
I'm sure Detroit
We
will
can't
give
let
you
him
that.
go
No.
unless we're getting Jalen Carter or something."
I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying. This is what Brett Veach talking about, man.
No, you got a point.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying don't pay the man. He probably gonna have anything. He's probably gonna have at least what in these next 5 games. I would say about 14 to 15 sacks. He's at 10 already.
Yeah, so he should get to 15.
He's probably gonna have like 2 or 3 sacks next week because he's gonna be mad. So he's gonna take it out on Russell Wilson unlimited.
Mr.
And
Limited.
this is a defensive tackle that's getting these numbers too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
defense.
that's
Yeah.
hard.
To
That is
tackle.
hard to do. That is
Tackle.
hard to do. That is hard to
Absolutely.
do. They don't grow on trees. Defensive tackles
No.
that get sacks,
No.
they don't grow on
No.
trees.
No. So keep that in mind.
You're
Pay
talking
that
about
man.
you're talking about Warren Saps.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Aaron
Pay that
Donald.
man.
Aaron Donald.
Pay
They
that
don't
man.
grow. They don't grow on trees.
Pay that man. Absolutely. Pay Chris.
No, I'm with you. I'd pay him too.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
needs help.
Yeah, he does.
As great
Yeah,
as he is, and look, we talk about Aaron Donald. Hell, Aaron Donald needs help.
Mhm.
Aaron Donald was great last year. Why?
Because they had Von Miller on the
They had
edge.
Von Miller on the edge.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what it comes down to. We don't have that
Yeah.
edge rusher. I mean, Frank Clark didn't play. Frank Clark was
He
he
was
even
sick.
playing?
He was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank was sick yesterday. Yeah.
They said 30. He didn't decide to play until 30 minutes going into the game.
Mhm.
Damn.
Said he was throwing up and all kinds of stuff last night.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's been having that problem. I mean, going way back to training camp.
I mean, it's about time to let Frank go after this season.
Yeah.
I love you, Frank, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he done after this year.
Yeah, you got too many medical illnesses and ailments that maybe it's time for you to hang it up in football, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The best ability is availability, brother.
Mm-hmm.
In the playoffs, I can't be wondering if your stomach is hurting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I can't wonder to take this Pepto Bismol, man, and get your ass on the field, man.
Throw up on the field if you got to. Yeah.
I'll be one of these Alka-Seltzers, motherfucker. Get your ass on the field. Drink this damn ginger ale.
Ginger ale slap. Ginger ale is good. Mm-hmm.
Drink this damn.
I got some lime.
Mm-hmm. You better get your ass on the field. But yeah, it's just they gotta use these games, man, to get that momentum back, get that swag back. Because what scared one thing I do agree with is what I didn't like going into this game was they was like acting like this game. I mean, it was important.
Yeah.
but they was putting so much on this, and it's like, all right, I hear y'all. What happens if y'all lose this game? Is y'all gonna carry the disappointment into the next game, or y'all gonna let that fuel you and say, "Hold on,
I think it's going to be the second one.
we better than this. We should have beat that team on that field. Let's take it out on the Broncos, y'all."
Yep. The thing that sucks is you can only say we should have beat this team so many damn times.
No, you know
You know what?
the Bengals got the better. They beat us all 3 times. All 3 times
Yeah.
they won the game.
But we had a chance to win all 3 of those games.
Yeah.
Yep.
The first 2 games went the same way. First
Yep.
half, we was killing them. Then the first half, then there was a play before the half that just changed the momentum. In the first game, the Tyreek Hill drop where he was right there. And if he turned around, he probably run it in the end zone. The second one, the same difference. Tyreek Hill, he throws it to Tyreek Hill in the flats instead of just throwing it in the back of the end zone, and we have a chance to kick the field goal before the half. And then second half, Pat's just he playing hero ball for no reason.
He was.
And Andy Reid refusing not to run the football.
Yeah.
So then this game, like I said, it came down to their playmakers made plays and ours didn't.
Yeah, because honestly, I really thought our defense made the proper adjustments after halftime in this game because they were pretty much getting whatever they wanted. Like, I mean, they did all game, but I feel like we still made the right adjustments.
The problem with this team is it's these receivers.
Yep.
And you got to pick your poison. Do you play zone and drop everybody back in coverage, or do you play man to man and just take your chances and say bump it? Or you pick your corner. Okay, Trent McDuffie, you gonna be on the island today, bro. Because we got
should be.
And then have Juan over the top of Joshua Williams.
Josh, yep.
And let L'Jarius Sneed and let Trent McDuffie handle Chase and Boyd. Or whatever. L'Jarius Sneed handles T. Higgins or whatever. But that's the only thing I could think of them doing. We'll get some help for Williams. We'll occasionally shift some help over to McDuffie. We ain't gonna leave him on the island all the times. But for the most part, I trust McDuffie now more on Chase because I know he knows what he's doing over there.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, he's going to win some. Chase may win some, but McDuffie's going to win some snaps too. So I trust that. L'Jarius Sneed's going to win some snaps too. Not to say that Josh Williams can't win those snaps, but you see that he might need a little bit more help than the other two.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and the defense, the safety should know whatever receiver is on Williams, let's get that man some help. I don't care if it's Higgins, I don't care if it's Boyd, I don't care if it's Chase. Safety, wherever who's lined up on him, you make sure you get him help.
Yeah,
but it also comes back down to Chris Jones, Frank Clark, George, Dunlap. Y'all gotta get home.
You gotta get pressure. You do.
Because any any top tier quarterback, top 5 quarterback
with top tier receivers
is gonna pick you apart, bro. If you give him time in that pocket. If Patrick Mahomes had that same type of time, because he was getting they was getting pressure on him. But if that offensive line was blocking just the same way as Cincinnati, Pat would have had all day. Travis Kelce's numbers probably would look a lot different. So, like I said, they got to take this and feel them and get that momentum back going into the playoffs. And try to get that bye week so everybody can heal up, get ready, get re-energized, give Frank Clark all the Alka-Seltzer and Pepto-Bismol on that bye week so he can be ready for the divisional round. So Well, anything else, fellas?
I think
I
that
mean,
I think
I
that
mean,
wraps it up for me.
we usually do the play of the game, but ain't nobody. I mean, I guess we could all say the consensus was Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, and
No
yeah,
problem.
Pacheco.
Pacheco, he had his moments. Yeah, Pacheco was nice. He had a good kickoff return too.
Yeah, he did.
He had a good kickoff
Mhm.
return. So, all right, fellas, man. Well, we'll be all right, man. We gonna bounce back. I trust in any team with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I trust they gonna bounce back, man. We've been here before. I know Chiefs fans. We always talk like the sky is falling when we have a big loss, but I've seen this team take losses and bounce back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
all right, fellas, go ahead and show love to the sponsor. Every morning quarterback. If you look down at the bottom of the link, emqpodcast.com/locker-room. If you go to that website, you will see the locker room access of various podcasts under the Every Morning Quarterback umbrella. There's a Patriots one, a Chargers one, a Bears one, and then ours, Arrowhead Chief Podcast. You click on the banner, you'll see all our episodes, all the past ones, all the recent ones. Go ahead, subscribe, like us, get the notification whenever our audio drops. And if you want to listen to us, you can find us on all streaming platforms: Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, Breaker, and many more. If you want to listen to our audio on other streaming platforms, you can find Arrowhead Chief Podcast there. And also, if you want to follow us on all social media platforms, you can follow us at AH Chief Podcast. We are on all uh, social media platforms, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. If you follow us, we will follow you back. Because Clarence, what's our motto?
We ain't Hollywood.
We in
Y'all
Hollywood,
can
man.
excuse me. I'm still pissed, but go ahead.
We ain't Hollywood, and usually Clarence is in a better mood. But
Yeah.
we ain't Hollywood, and if you want to
Yeah, I
give
need a
us
week to digest this.
we want to give us some feedback. You want to ask us some questions, something we want us to bring up on the show. We definitely will. But just remember, talk to us normal and talk
Let's
to us
talk to us
nice.
normal. Talk to us normal.
Especially this week, because Clarence
Yeah.
might show
Especially
up
this
short.
week.
He might show up at your
Amen.
doorstep,
Amen.
ready to give you
Talk to
all
us
the
normal,
smoke.
dog.
He's gonna be
And
like
then
the Grim
some.
Reaper showing up.
Then some. This
No,
one was a
but
tough one.
yeah, it definitely was.
It was.
But
This was a
definitely,
tough one.
if you follow us, we'll follow you back. We're here for all your critiques, feedback, questions. We'll bring it up. Also, join us tomorrow as we do another live show. 7 o'clock. No, wait, yeah, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We preview the Broncos, talk about them as much as we can stomach because Broncos are not a good team, y'all. Yeah, and
Should be the shortest episode in history.
it's not really much. Not getting really
There
much.
ain't shit to say about the Broncos. No
So
offense.
I might
Other
just
than they suck.
I might just run the greatest clips of Russell Wilson banter, something like that.
Yeah, let's ride.
Mr. Unlimited himself.
Let's ride.
He's very limited. So until
Let's
next
ride.
time. Till next time, fellas. Hope y'all have a good rest of your week. Chiefs Keaton, hope y'all
Yes,
have a good
sir.
rest of your week.
Yep.
Hold your head up high. We still
Yes,
in there.
sir.
We 9-3.
Yeah.
We got the 2 seed. By the end of this year, I guarantee you, we're gonna have that 1 seed again. So
Yeah, we'll be there. No
all
doubt.
right, y'all.
Y'all be easy. Take care.
See ya.